Let's start. So your marks are coming up, and you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different topics we have to cover. We'll go over them one by one. I have some practice questions here as well. So after we're done with the concept, we'll go over the questions. So first one is converting fractions. Fractions and ordering. Converting and ordering fractions. Okay, what does that mean? First of all, we have to learn something that in fractions we have three different types of fractions. Firstly, we have our, one second, 1, 2, 3. We have our proper fraction. We have our improper fraction. And we have our mixed fraction. We'll go over each of them. So first, let's go over proper fraction. Now for proper fraction, it's basically a fraction where the numerator, the proper fraction, is a fraction where the numerator is less, numerator is less than the denominator, okay? What are the examples for this? Well, examples are, let's say I have 2 by 5, I have 3 by 6, I have 7 by 8. All of these are examples of proper fraction. Is that clear, Inez? Okay, that's the first type. The second type is our improper fractions. Second type, improper fractions. Have the numerator either equal to or bigger than the denominator. So it's kind of the exact opposite, but with a slight change that it can also be equal. For example, let's say I have 8 divided by 3. That's improper. Let's say I have 9 divided by 7. That's improper. What if I have 2 divided by 2? That's also improper. We discussed that improper fractions can have the numerator and denominator also the same, and the numerator can be bigger. So these are the two cases where you have improper fraction. Is that clear? Okay. The third type is when we have our mixed fraction. We'll also discuss how to convert between them. So mixed fractions are a fraction where you have a number hanging on the left side. On the left side. What is the meaning of that? For example, we can have 3 2 by 9. That's an improper fraction. Oh, sorry, a mixed fraction. We can have 9 6 by 4. That's a mixed fraction. We can have 3 1 by 3. That's a mixed fraction. So the key rule is that you always have a number that's going to be on the left side of the normal fraction. Like the normal fraction here is 2 by 9, and you have a number on the side giving us 3 2 by 9. That's the three different types. Now, you can get questions relating to them by asking you, okay, what do I get if I convert 9 by 7 into a mixed fraction, or if I convert 9 6 by 4 into an improper fraction? And that's what we're going to do right now. So, firstly, I'm going to write it down over here. We have to convert, let's say, 9 6 by 4 into an improper fraction. Okay. First of all, let's write down our question. Now, to write the improper fraction, the first rule is that the denominator is going to be the same. So 4 is going to stay as it is. The only thing that's going to change is our numerator. And we're going to get that by first having the denominator be multiplied with 9. So that's 9 times 4, that's 36. Then add the answer with the numerator. So you go like this. The denominator times the side number plus the numerator. So 4 times 9, that's 36. 36 plus 6, that is 42. So your improper fraction would be 42 divided by 4. Is that clear, Nace? Okay. Now, let me write something down. The denominator will stay the same. The numerator will change. Okay, I'll give you 2 questions here. Let's see. Okay. Question 2 and question 3. Convert, let's say, 4 by 2 into mixed form, and convert 1 by 3, so say 3 by 3 into mixed form. Okay, and if you have these 2 questions, do them and then tell me. Okay, what's the answer for the first one? 16 over 2. Okay, can you explain to me the working? Okay, so 6, 4, 2. Add that, so we get 16. And what's going to be the denominator? 2. Yep, correct. And for the second question? 12 over 3. So what are the steps for this? And plus 3, yep, 12 divided by 3. Okay, got that. Now, the next thing is, what if I want to go backward? What if I want to convert a improper fraction into a mixed fraction? Okay, so now we're going to learn improper to mixed fraction form. For example, let's say I have 11 divided by 9. Now what do? Firstly, I'll do long division in this case. So 11 goes inside, 9 is outside. Okay, so 9 times 1 would give me 9. I subtract it, I'm left with 2. So now I'm going to write this. Again, the numerator, or sorry, the denominator is not changed. It's still going to stay the same. So 9 is going to still be our denominator. Only thing that's going to change is this 1 becomes my side number, and the remainder becomes my numerator. So I'll get 1, 2 by 9 from there. My actual quotient becomes the left side number, and my remainder becomes my numerator. Does that make sense? Okay. Do you have any question from this? Tell me. Or should I go over this again? Okay, I'll go over this again. Let's go over it a bit slowly. Firstly, let me write a bit bigger. Firstly, we have to do long division. So the numerator comes inside the division box. So we have 11 here. And the denominator is outside. So 9 is here. Is that step clear? Okay. Now we have to first multiply the 9 with a number that's less than the 11. Okay, so 9 times 1 is the only option we have because 9 times 2 would be bigger than 11. So we write 9 times 1, that's 9. and when we subtract, we get 2 as the remainder. Is that step clear? Okay. Now, we discussed above as well that the denominator will stay the same. Either we convert from a mixed fraction to improper or vice versa. That does not change what the denominator is going to be. So over here, if the denominator was 9, it's still going to be 9 even if we go into the mixed form. So we already write down 9 over here. So the only thing we have to only two things we have to write is our number, the left side number, and the numerator. Okay, that's the thing that we need to. Those are the things that we need to find. Now, the number that is your remainder, the number that's left at the very bottom, is going to be your numerator. So 2 comes on the top, and the number that's your quotient, the number that you multiplied 9 with, is going to be your number that's going to be on the left side. So that's going to be 1 in this case. Is that step clear? Okay, I'll do one more practice question here. Let's say I have question 2. An issue tells me an improper fraction. I'll do that one. Just make sure the numerator has to be bigger than the denominator. (15/8). Okay, let's see. Again, we have to divide them in a long division box. So answer, in the division box, 15 goes inside, 8 is outside. Now again, this is close. We have to still see what do we multiply by 8 that's less than 15. Okay, the only option we have is 8 times 1, because if we do times 2, that's going to be bigger than 15. So 8 times 2 gives me, sorry, 8 times 1 is going to give me 8. We subtract, and we're left with 7. Is that step clear? Okay, now again, we write down our denominator as 8. It's not going to change. And the number that's at the very bottom is going to be my numerator. And the number that's on the top is going to be my left side number in the mixed fraction. Is that clear now? Okay, now let me give you some questions. Question number, one second. Question number 3 and question number 4. Let's say 17 divided by 8 and 31 divided by 3. Okay. Do these two, you have examples in front of you, and then let me know. I'm going to give you about 6 minutes. All right, we'll check them and we'll see if we need any more work on this. Okay, so for this one, what were the steps that you did? Okay, then what do we multiply with 8 over here? 2, correct. Okay, so I will get 16, and I'm left with 1 at the bottom. Okay, then what do we do? Two. Yeah, good. Correct. Look, always be confident with your answer. Even if you think it's right, if you say with confidence, it's gonna feel more, okay, I know it. Okay. So for this question again, you did the steps correctly. You have to see, okay, if I am doubting myself, what is the reason that I'm doubting? Because you did all the steps correctly. So the 2 comes here, correct. The 1 comes here, correct. And the 8 is the same. So yeah, that's correct. Good. And for question 4, okay, and what do we multiply with 3? 10, so we get 30. Okay, and we're left with 1. And then what do we get? 10. Yep, good, correct. Both of them are correct. Let's see 2 more examples for this. 1 second. Question number 5 and question number 6. let's say, okay, 3 divided by, not 3, let's say 61 divided by 8 and 37 divided by 6. Okay. Do these two again, you have the same time, and then let me know. Okay, let's see. 1 sec. Let me take this there. Okay. What are the steps for this one? Okay, and what do we multiply 8 with? 7. So that will give me 56. Okay, I'm left with 5. And what do I get in the end? Yep, 7, 5 by 8. Okay, and okay, for this one, what do I multiply with 6? 6, so I get 36, correct, 1. And what do I get in the end? 6, 1 divided by 6. Yeah, good, correct. So that is our questions, those are other questions for converting improper to mixed. Okay, now what if I have to go, okay, we did the first part of going from mixed to improper. Okay, let me add something else. Next thing is, how do we order fractions? Now, in your exam, you're going to be given some questions where you'll have questions like such. Let me write them down here. Let's say ordering fractions. Order the following from smallest to largest, or they could say in ascending order or descending order. Now, your numbers would be, let's say, 26% or 27, 270 by 10, and 36 divided by 2, and 3.6. Now, these are all your options. Now, in the question, you're going to be given different forms of a fraction. They're going to be given percentages, they're going to be given decimals. You have to first convert them all into the same form. So 26%, that would simply be 0.26. Okay. Then you have 270 by 10. If we take away the zeros, that's 227 by 10, and that would be 2.7. Okay. 6 by 2, that's going to give me 18. Okay. And the last one, 3.6, that's simply just 3.6. Now, when we have all of them in a decimal form, that's the form we have to convert all of them in. Now we can see we have 0.26, 2.7, 18, 3.6. Now, this is a key mistake that some students do. When they're arranging them, they write the numbers that they made themselves. So they'll say, okay, we're gonna do, the smallest one is all of these are 0.26, okay, then 2.7, then sorry, not 2.7, then 3.6, then 18. That is wrong. But why, sir? It's the right order. Yeah. But the examiner does not know what are these numbers. They only know these numbers, the ones that they gave you. These are good for your understanding, like you can do them in the exam to like make your question a bit easier. But when you give them the answer, you have to give them in the form they gave you the question in. So when you write them down, you're going to say, okay, you can write this down with a pencil, then write down the actual answer. So you have 26%, then you have 270 by 10, then you have 36 divided by 2, then you have 3.6. This would be your answer. Is that clear? Okay, just write down the key point here. Whenever, write the order. Oh, make sure to give them the answer in the forms they gave you the question. Okay, now I'll give you one question here. Order the following. So in descending order. Okay, so let's say I have 36%. I have 82 divided by let's say 6, no, not 6. 2. I have 41 divided by 10. I have 31 divided by 5. I have 6 divided by 3. And I have another one, 3.94. Okay. Do these ones and then let me know. You have to just make sure to read the question. Sometimes they trick you and say, okay, write them in ascending order, descending order. You have to really carefully heed the method because sometimes students tend to always go from smallest to largest. Just make sure to see if they're saying descending or ascending. Okay. So first of all, tell me uh what were the forms that you got by converting all of them into decimal or whatever form you converted them into? Okay. And the other one? The next one, sorry. 4.1. Uh, okay. The thing is that you don't have to convert them all into like a decimal forcefully. If they come into decimal form, then yeah, that's correct. But in this case, look, if you have a2 by 2, that's simply 41, not 4.1. Okay. And the next one would be, yeah, 4.1. The next one, 6.2. And the next one, and last one is okay, it's just 3.94. Okay. And this one will still be not 3.6, sorry, 0.36. Okay. Okay. Now for the ordering, what did you write first? 36%. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. They said in descending order. Like you have to write the largest one in the beginning, then it goes down and down. So okay, in that order, what would be the first one that I write from all of these? Yes, yeah, good. 82 by 2, then 31 by 5, okay, then 41 over 10, then 3 point, let me see, so we have this one, that one, and 4.1, okay, 3.94, then 6 over 3, and last one would be, oh, now 0.36, I confused myself, 36%. 36%, okay, yeah. Now, normally these questions are going to come for, like, I think I'm only seeing them from around 2 marks. So, yeah, even if you get one of the, let's say, if someone were to write, mix up the last two and say, okay, 36% comes first and 6 by 3 comes the last, even if they got all the others correct, they're only going to be awarded just 1 mark because that's how that works, unfortunately. So, you have to be really careful in questions. I think I don't know if I sent your mother the exam guide. It's basically a guide where it explains, okay, the questions that you see in the exam and you think, okay, I can do them right off the bat. do them right off the bat, but don't do them so fast that you think, okay, you're gonna compromise marks. Like sometimes we do a question so fast, like we're so confident in it, but we mess up the question by doing it too fast. So let's make sure to do the questions a bit in a normal pace. Now, the next thing we have this one. Let me just see what was the next topic. Fractions, ordering fractions, comparing fractions, and okay. Now, next thing is converting decimals into fractions. Okay. So let's say I have 0.36. Now, what do I do? Simply, you have to, I think we did this question before, but let's try to do this once again. So firstly, if I have 0.36, how do I decide what do I have to, wait, I think we did this. And did we do the, like, how do we convert decimal into fractions before? I think we did in algebra. Okay, I'll check. If we haven't, then we're gonna do this later. But let me just see what's the next thing then. We're done with the fractions part, ordering part, converting part. Okay, give your answer. Okay, yeah. The next thing is the other way around, converting fractions to decimals. Okay, so oh, converting fractions into decimals. So let's say I've been given 2 by 3. Classic example. Now again, we have to divide it in long division. So the 2 goes inside, 3 is outside. I know I can divide this like so firstly we have to check, okay, do I have a number, like does 2 come in the times table of 3? Can I like divide it directly? No. I will check the next thing. Is there a number that's less than 2 that does come in the timetable of 3? No, still no. So what do we do? In this case, we're going to put a 0 point. And what that does is that's now going to allow me to add a 0 over here. Is that step clear, Nace? Okay. Now we check again. Does 20 divide directly by 3? No. Is there a number that's less than 20 that does? Yeah. 3 times 6 is equal to 18. And we get 2. But the thing is that whenever we add a 0 point, now there's going to be an extra 0 with every number that we get. So the 2 is the remainder, yeah, but now we're going to have to add a 0 because of this 0 point. Okay, so again, that's 6. Okay, again, that's going to be 6, and it's going to go on. So we know the answer for this is 0.66 recurring, or we can write it like this: 0.6 and a dot on the top that signal that this is going to repeat forever. So this signals recurring. Okay, is that clear, Nace? Okay, let's see some more questions for this. I think that's going to be the last thing for fractions. So let's say I have 8 divided by 9, 8 divided by 9 to 3 decimal places. Okay, try to do this one. Convert 8 pi into a decimal, but your answer has to be up to 3 decimal places. Okay? Okay. Okay, let's see it. So first let me write down the actual division box. So we have 8, we have 9. Okay. Now, what do we write down first? What do I divide? What do I multiply with 9? 7, 8, but we have to multiply something with 9 that, like, it has to be in the table of 9. Like if I multiply 9 times 1, 9 times 2 times 3, so on. we can multiply with 7. If I multiply with 7, that's going to give me like something that's bigger than 8. The step was that you first check, okay, does the number that we have inside divide exactly by 9? No. Oh, meaning does it come in the time table of 9? No. Second thing is, okay, do I have a number that's less than 8 that does come in the time table of 9? No. So what do we do now? We add a 0 point first. When we do that, now we get a 0 over here. After that, we check, okay, I have 80. So what do I multiply with 9 that I get something less than 80? That's 9. So 8. That's going to give me 72. So now we get 8 again, and we get an 8 here. So again, it's going to follow 8, 72, 8. It's going to go on. Okay, so now what do you do? 0.8 recurring. That's going to be our answer. Is that clear? Understand what you were trying to do. You were saying that you multiply 9 with 8 to get 72, but the first step is that you have to write down a 0 point in order to get a 0 for the 80 to be there. That's the first step. Now, let's see another question. Question number 3. Let's say 11 divided by 7 to 4 decimal place. Okay, do this, and again, just make sure to recheck, then tell me. See, question number 3. Let's write down our 11 goes inside, 7 is outside. Okay, now what do I multiply with 7? No. You have to multiply something that's like from starting from 1. So either 1 or something bigger than. We can multiply with 7. Or so with the 0. Yeah, 1. So 7 times 1, that would be 7, and we get 4. Okay, now again we check over here that if the 4 is like, does it come in the timetable of 7? No. Do we have a number that's less than the 4 that does? No. So what will we do in this case, Nis? Yes, correct. So we get 40. Now what do I multiply with 7 over here? 7 times 5, okay. So we get 35. We are left with 5, and the 0 again will come down. Okay, now what do I do? Seven times 7, okay, I get 49. I'm left with 1 and the 0, that's 10 now. Seven times 1, okay, so that will give me 3 and the 0 then. Seven times 4. You're close. 7 times 4 will give me 28. Yeah, 7 times 4 will give me 28. Okay, then we have 2 now. 7 times 2, and then we can stop there. So we have 6. You don't need to go any further because we have the amount of numbers we need to write the number to 4 decimal places. So we write down 1.57142. Now to round it up to 4 decimal place, we have to check the 4th decimal number. That's 4 over here in this case, ironically. And we check the next number. If the next number is either like, it has to be bigger than 4, either equal to 4 or bigger than 4, not equal to, bigger than 4 itself. So we see that it's 2, it's not bigger than 4. So now we're just going to leave it as it is. So 1.5714. Now one thing, some people do explain this, and we just have to clear this up. Some people do explain this by saying, okay, when you check the decimal place, like the 4th decimal place was 4, you check the next one if it's either 5 or above. Some people explain it like that. If it's either 5 or above, then you add 1 to this number. Or some people say, okay, it has to be bigger than 4 because those mean the exact same thing. So we can just write 1.5714 in this case because the next number was not bigger than 4. But that 4 does not have anything to do with this 4. That's what I have to clear. Is that clear? Okay, that's that. Let me see. We'll do one more question here for this one, and we're done with the entire topic. Okay. Question number 4, 11 by 7. Let's say 30. Okay, let's combine this first. So 1, 4 by 9 to 4 decimal place. Now you first have to convert this into an improper fraction, then you have to divide it. This is going to be a 3-mark question. So first of all, what was the improper fraction that you got from this? 14/9. Okay, so we first times and add 14. It's going to be 13. 14, 13. 9, yeah, 9 times 1 plus 4, that's going to be 13 divided by 9. Okay, so then we write it down as a division box, 13 that, 9 outside. Now what do we multiply with 9? 1, correct. We get 9. Subtract that, we're left with 4. Now what do we do? Okay, so you add a point, you get a 0 here. And then what do you multiply with 9? Yep, 9 times 4, 36. You get the 4 again, okay, and you get the 0 as well. So it's going to go on times 4. That's going to be 36 again. And it's just going to go on. So we don't do the working. We can just write it down. It's going to be 1.444444. Now we check the 4th decimal place. That's ironically 4 again here. And we check the next number if it's greater than 4 and it's not greater than 4. So it's going to just make the number prior to it the same. So we're just going to write 1.44444 as the final answer. Is that clear, Nace? Okay. Let me just see. We still have some time. Let me see what's the next topic. We're done with the entire. Let's check if we've missed anything. So into the fraction, larger, okay. The percentage part as well, convert into decimal, small to largest, and that. Okay, I'm still gonna write this down. I'm gonna have to check if we did the converting of the decimals to fraction. If we have, then we're done with all of it. If not, let me just see quickly. Fractions to decimals to fractions. Okay. Okay. And okay, that's done. So we're done with all of it. Next thing is on our schedule fractions, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay, let's do that then. Add page. Okay. The next topic is really, really easy. It's just addition, division, multiplication of and subtraction of fractions. We'll quickly do one of the concepts. Now, addition in fractions. In fractions. Now, in fractions, as we did it before, that the rules are different in every single scenario. Like if you're adding fractions, we can't say that, okay, if I have 3 divided by 4 plus 6 divided by 9, I can simply do 3 plus 6 and 4 plus 9. No, that's not correct because those are the rules that we learned for normal numbers. Like if I have 3 plus 6, that's 9. If I have 4 plus 9, that's 13. But we can't write 3 by 4 and 6 by 9 as a together, like as a whole over here like this. So what do we do in this case, sir? Well, in a question like this, let's say the same exact question, 3 by 4 plus 6 by 9. My first step is I have to write down the denominator. I have to make the denominator as 1. So I have to have the denominator as the same number. What do I do in this case then? I'll have to multiply both fractions with the other fraction denominator. So 3 by 4 times 9 and 6 by 9 times 4. Okay, so times 9 by both of them, and then times 4 by both. Done that. Now what do we get? We get 27 divided by 36 plus 24 divided by 36. So once we have the same denominator, we write them both as 1. So we don't add it in the denominator, we just write them as 1. So 36 comes there, then 27 plus 34. So we're only going to add the numerators. So that's going to give me 61 divided by 36. Is that clear, Nace? Okay, I'll give you one question, then we can end. Last one, question number 2. Let's say 6 divided by 11 plus 9 divided by 8. Okay, do this one, then tell me. First, explain to me. Okay, what are the steps for this? Okay, times 8 separately, and then? Okay, and what do we get from that? 48 AA. Okay, and then? Okay, and then what do we do? And divided by 88. Okay, correct. And what do we get at the top? 147 divided by 88. Yeah, correct. Okay. Now what I'll do is, let me just see the documents. Okay. I'll again attach these notes onto the website so you can review them for the next class. And the next class, we only have, I think we're going to be done with 2 or 3 topics from your for your mocks, because the next two topics are really really small. The main thing is, let me just see quickly. We're done with the first one. We're gonna be done with the second one, the third, the fourth, and the fifth in the next one, because those are just really basic concepts. Then expanding brackets, probability scale, that's also gonna take like not that much. The only thing that's gonna take time is going to be transformations and angle facts. We'll try to do that as well. Okay.